The Mojave Wasteland is a fascinating place full of many oddities. A ski resort with mutants, a cannibalistic elite class, boomers. But if you wander past Nelson and Camp Forlorn Hope into the desolate wasteland, you may come across a voice on the radio. A sweet angelic serenade, a beckoning call to begin again. The casino and resort engulfed in the blood red cloud is the setting for the Dead Money DLC, a Spanish revival village that beckons you to the main attraction, the Sierra Madre Resort and Casino. A high decadent casino with vaults of gold. But we're not here to gamble. We're here to steal the gold. The Madre lay dormant for hundreds of years, leading treasure hunters to their doom. The bombs may have been kind to the Madre, but she has certainly seen better days. Under a rust-colored sky, a blood-red cloud wafts over the homes and villas, and its inhabitants are just as hospitable. Ghastly masked men, with souls of those who have succumbed to her call, shamble about in the haze. But you can't concern yourself about that right now. You are here, against your will, to pull off the heist of the century. But we're gonna need help. We are told by Father Elijah to assemble the rest of our crew. Dog/God, a nightkin that suffers from multiple personality disorder. He is wary of the courier but has no choice to trust him. Same with Dean Domino, a musician from the pre-war, invited to the gala to perform as a guest, but after he ghoulified, the crowd has gone a little rowdy as of late. And there we have Christine. She was sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to track down Elijah after his disastrous defeat at Helios 1. She tracked him all across the wasteland, through Big Mountain, and into the Madre, where she was captured and thrown into a auto dock. The scalpel carved her throat for weeks, to the point where she couldn't even speak. All of you are fitted with bomb collars from Father Elijah, and if you leave or go near one of the many radios scattered around the villa, everyone is dead. As you sneak through the villa, you pass her traps and guards, so you can initiate her gala event, a bombastic ceremony to open her doors. Once inside, you have to confront the security holograms that shoot on sight. You also confront your 3 new companions to help them let go of their past, to let go of control, to let go of their rage. Once you make it past the security holograms, you enter the vault and all its gold. Blinded by greed, Father Elijah rushes into the vault. However, you trap him inside and make your escape, the vault becoming his final resting place. The theme of letting go, to begin again as the radio says, is a core attribute of Dead Money, and each of our cohorts need to learn this lesson in one way or another. Dog/God longs and struggles between the need to follow orders and the need for autonomy. He was a follower of the Master, but after his cathedral exploded out of the hands of the Vault Dweller, he wandered the wastes, searching for someone to give him orders. When he found Father Elijah, he found solace in it, but still he longed for that ability to make his own decisions. He needs to let go of the control over himself and give himself his own meaning. Father Elijah is bound by the Sierra Madre's prospects. He can't allow himself to admit defeat after the Battle of Helios 1, so he left the Brotherhood to search for his self-imposed redemption. He longed to begin again. When he found the Madre, he became enamored by her. The pre-war tech and the holograms used his pride to chain him here. He couldn't simply leave without coming home with a bounty to show all of his companions that he has been redeemed. The Brotherhood in turn sent Christine to track Father Elijah and bring him to justice. And when he was within her grasp, she was captured and thrown into an auto dock, made mute by the continuous slicing of her throat. She needs to let go of her rage after letting him come so close to her, finally allowing himself to be captured, only then to be defeated. But perhaps the most tragic story of all of our friends is that of Dean Domino and his friend Vera Keyes, and the man who loved Vera, Frederick Sinclair. The casino was constructed before the bombs fell by a rich entrepreneur named Frederick Sinclair. He wanted to build a place where you can forget about your troubles and begin again. But the more sincere reason is that he made it as an expression of his love to a woman, Vera Keyes. He built the Sierra Madre as a letter to his devotion to her. The villa, the casino, and the vault underneath. Sinclair was not a fool. He foresaw the bombs and wanted to keep himself and her safe. So he made the Madre an immensely secure vault to weather the storm of nuclear hellfire. And he did it all for her. Because he loved her. But unbeknownst to him, Vera and Dean Domino were planning to rob Sinclair, to take the riches for themselves. When Vera had second thoughts, she wanted to back out. But Dean blackmailed her with her Med-X addiction, of which was caused by her chronic illness. Stricken with guilt, she confronted Sinclair and told him everything. He was heartbroken. His muse betrayed his trust, and his monument to her was for nothing. He built everything for her, and she was going to rob him blind. In a fit of rage, he repurposed the casino into a tomb. The holograms that were meant as a novelty were repurposed into the formidable security force we fought. The elevator was reprogrammed to only go down, and while working in the vault, Sinclair fell and succumbed to a toxic cloud coming from a broken pipe. His unwillingness to let go of Vera led to his death. He simply couldn't let her go. The bombs fell, the Madre sealed itself off from the irradiated wasteland. The holograms turned on the guests, echoing Vera's last words. As for Vera herself, she was trapped in the room. All she could do was hear the screams from the guests as the holograms with her voice massacred them en masse. With no way out, she OD'd on Med-X and died. As for Dean, he lumbered around the Madre, eating what he could find, slowly turning him into a ghoul, silently plotting his next move to take the riches that were his. He cannot let go of his ego. He cannot let Sinclair win, even after all this time. We all wish to begin again, but there is a nobility in simply letting go. The past is meant to be learned from, but not lived in, and we are meant to claim the embers, not the ashes. If we insist on being unable to let go, we don't move on. We stay and ferment as a blood-red cloud fogs our minds and eats us alive. To put our past behind us and move forward is what separates us from the animals of the wasteland. We are meant to repent and learn from our past. But in many ways, learning from our past is not the hard part. It's letting go.